Hi guys, welcome to 4Play. I'm Adam.
I'm Diggs.
I'm Dan.
And today we're going to be reviewing Red Dead Redemption 2. We've all been playing it on PlayStation 4 as well. Okay, so first of all we're going to be looking at the visuals. So what do you guys think so far?
I think it's a stunning looking game. It's the graphics are mental, as they say. Like everything from the backgrounds, the foregrounds, the animals, the people themselves look quality. Like walking through the snow, the water effects, all looks gorgeous.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I just love everything about it so far. And yeah, it just feels like you're inside a film, really, doesn't it? And it captures that whole kind of like Wild Wild West vibe as well. So, what do you think, Dan?
Visually, it's an amazing looking game. It looks great. Like all the scenery looks fantastic. Characters look really good. All the sort of facial animations very well done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree,
Yeah, even little things like when you're skinning animals, like the detail on that, they've gone to a lot of effort. It's not just like boom, skin off, looks just red instead of like they've gone to a lot of detail. You see like blood vessels and muscles and bones and stuff like that when you're skinning a deer.
Yeah, I love all the little details on that. Like, you pick up the pelt and you put it like over the back of the horse, don't you? Or you like roll it up if it's a big pelt and put it like behind the blanket. I just love all the things like that are like, little details, but they all sort of add up and make it a bit more real.
Yeah, like the horse's testicles shrinking in the cold weather.
I was waiting for someone to mention the horse's nuts.
It's got to be me. You knew it was going to be me.
Yeah. And so what about that cinematic camera, Dan?
Yes. Yeah, the cinematic camera is really good. It's a really nice touch because you can use it just to set when you're on long journeys, and then you can just sort of watch what's going on, especially because the way they use the journeys to missions and from missions to actually tell the story, so that once you get to the point that you're going, you kind of just get into the action. But you can use the cinematic camera whilst you're on that journey. You can just make it look nice and everything as well.
It almost turns it into an FMV, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's basically an FMV, but then if you don't want it to be, you can ride a bit faster, a bit,
Yeah.
But you still have, that's where they give you the build-up story.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. It's like, that was the worst thing about GTA for me. The like follow missions or the like get in a car and just drive around while someone like gives you a bit of story. At least in this you can make it a cutscene and it looks cool, and I don't know, the camera angle changes at the right time, and yeah, it just looks all around good.
What do you think of the gameplay, Ed?
Yeah, the gameplay's good so far. I just love the fact that you could be just running around anywhere or on the way to a side mission and just bump into a random and then spend half an hour doing a mission for them, or just ignore them, or rob them. Like, there's so many different things you can do. What about you, Dan?
I think the gameplay's fun. I think it's a little bit slow. It just feels slow because it's quite a lot of sort of riding around on your horse to and from missions and back to camp and stuff, and there's no fast travel really. Like, you can unlock it later, but it doesn't really work like the same as most other games. But then, like I was saying, they use the long journeys to tell the story, which is quite nice. But it is good. I mean, I'm about 8 hours in, and I'm enjoying it. I think it's really fun. I think the gunfights are really good. The shooting sort of mechanics work really well. Have you had any duels yet?
Yeah, I love the duels. I've had a couple. My favourite one so far, you come across like a Mexican gang. I can't remember the guy you're looking for, but you sort of walk up to his cabin. You killed all of his men, and he just comes out, and it's just a natural duel. And it just kind of happens. You go from almost like a cutscene straight into the duel, and that for me it's all about that sort of cowboy, like both. What's the saying? This town ain't big enough for both of us. That sort of saying, and both of you stood up like one end of the town, one the other, and just having a duel. It just looks so cool. So
you can't have a Wild West game without any duels. It's got to be done. But yeah, I agree with what both of you guys are saying. But yeah, I've not played as much of it as you guys. Feels like the start of it is a little bit slow. Not to the point where it's like, Metal Gear Solid 5, I think it was, on the PS4. The amount of FMVs you have to sit through. Like, I think I played that game for about 5 hours, but actually only played the game for about an hour, because the rest of it I was just watching FMVs, and I was just like, it was just too much. Doesn't feel like that. It's not as bad. But it's just when you first start, you do a little bit, and then you got to ride your horse for ages, and you do a little bit more, and then you ride into another town. But I think once, by the sounds of it, what you guys are saying, once you get past that bit, then there's a lot more action compared to the amount of horse riding cowboy.
How do you guys find the fighting, the old fisticuffs?
It's very similar to GTA. It's very basic. Circle to punch, square to block, triangle to grab. That's about it, really. It seems like it's sort of on timing. If you block a shot, you can get a few good shots in yourself. And if they block a shot, prepare to get punched in the head. It's going to happen. But I think for a game like that, it's probably as advanced as it needs to be. It doesn't need to be Arkham Asylum or Spider-Man to make it a bit more relevant. Basic, but as good as it needs to be, I would say.
I find it a bit frustrating. I don't know, I think there's so much detail in everything else, and everything else is like so well crafted that it just feels like the fighting could have just been a little bit better. Like, maybe I just need a little bit more time with it, but like, yeah, when you talk about Spider-Man or like, I mean, Arkham's, Batman's Arkham series really set the bar for like fighting and it being about timing more so than just button mashing. And I just think seeing that, Rockstar put a lot of effort into everything they do, and the fighting the fighting's the only bit that's kind of lacking a little bit. It doesn't feel rewarding for me sometimes.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like Assassin's Creed, they've sort of progressed their fighting, haven't they, as well? It's kind of a new style in their games. And yeah, it's kind of stayed the same, this Red Dead, as the last Red Dead Redemption, isn't it, the fighting? It's not really progressed much. But, yeah, I think it is what it needs to be. It's again about being in the West and being a gunslinger, isn't it? So, you get the gun bunt occasionally, smack him in the face with a pistol or whatever. That's always rewarding. Or the end of the rifle.
Deadly bunt.
That's always good.
Nothing better than a deadly bunt.
The other thing I've noticed, some of the sort of funny bits of the game. There's not loads, so it doesn't make it silly. But I put a dynamite stick in some poo and blew it up all over someone. And that started another duel. So I was loving that, and it was all done really cool. And also, I went out drinking, and it was wicked. In GTA 5, those sorts of missions I never enjoyed. But there's a really cool story mission where you go to a saloon, you get drunk, and it's just like a night out with the lads. And I was laughing the whole way through that, so that was good.
That's a great mission. That's quite early on. But yeah, it's very entertaining. It's very well done. Yeah. I mean, the humour in this game, there is a bit of it, and it's just quite well done. It's quite subtle, but it will really tickle you. And even just like in some of the conversations between characters is quite funny, and then some of the actual things that happen are quite funny as well. But I think they kind of nailed the sort of the vibe of it, like again with it being quite serious, but still with that just level of humour. Yeah,
it's always sort of there, I guess.
So, Ad, what do you make of like the RPG aspect of it with the progression?
So far, it's good. My favourite thing about it has to be the horse. You really feel attached to your horses. You can have more than one, but I've just got one main one at the moment.
Be a horse slut.
And I just think it's wicked. It's a cowboy game. You're going to be attached to your horse, and I just like the fact that there's like a bond between you. You need him to carry all your guns and things, and I like that so far. There is a sort of level up aspect, isn't there? But it's kind of in the back of it, isn't it, I guess? Yeah,
there's not like millions of different like add-ons and stuff that you can get. It's quite basic level ups. It's just like your stamina, your health, and your deadeye, I think, from memory. You can actually upgrade.
And it's so slow, isn't it? You find out you're sort of 75% into level 6 of stamina occasionally, but I never noticed the difference.
Yeah, it just pops up every now and again, like, ooh, new level, or ooh, 50% towards a new level. It's not something you're like working towards, whereas like, typically in an RPG you're like, if you like a certain style of play, if you're building like a tank, for example, you're going to work on your health and your defense, stuff like that. But because it's not that deep of an RPG, the leveling up is quite basic. But yeah, like you say, I love the horses. You can upgrade their saddles, and it shows you like you can, like, I can't remember what it is. You can. No, I was going to say you hold L2, and I can't remember what they say. It's like study or something.
Yeah,
and like
study and stats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can check out how good your horses are. I know it's only a matter of time until the online comes, and you're going to be flying around in jet-powered zebras with laser vision, like you are in GTA 5 nowadays. But at the moment, it's I'd like you say, you build a bond with your horse and give him a little pet, plait his hair.
Yeah, it's good. I think the sort of level up as well. I mean, they did it well in Grand Theft Auto. It was San Andreas, wasn't it? Where you ride the BMX for like 5 hours, you level up the stamina a little bit or whatever. They've not really captured that in this one. It's just, you just find out you're leveling something up occasionally, and I don't even notice the difference. What about you, Dan?
Well, you can also upgrade your camp, and that gives you certain benefits, like you can have ammo and food and medicine and things that you need to maintain your dead eye and your health and your stamina. I find that to be a bit annoying because it's kind of constantly like you run out of stamina, now you're digging into your cores and this and that, and it's a bit confused. It's just a bit too much. It should just be have a little regeneration for each of those things, as opposed to kind of you've got to eat, you've got to smoke, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. You're underweight, you're overweight, like you're too hot, you're too cold. You know what I mean? Just a little bit too much, but yeah, it's good. I mean, you can buy. I like the customization as well. You've got a choice of outfits for your character. You know, you can have whatever you like, really. Jackets, coats, hats, check shirts, all the different denim you will ever need. It's a good touch. And then the guns as well. You can upgrade those. You can buy different guns with all the different stats, and it's quite nice. Do you like the book?
Yeah.
You know, the way you browse through
The catalogue.
Yeah, you can wander around the shop and look, can't you? Or you just open the catalogue. I've not looked around a single shop yet. I just go straight for the catalogue, to be honest. That's so much quicker.
Is there a catalogue in every shop?
Yeah.
Oh god, that's so annoying. Because I you know that first shop you go in, like it's one of the first missions. You walk around the shop and you have to buy coffee.
Yeah, I went straight to the till. So there was a
Didn't know there
catalogue.
was an on every shelf. I was like, where in the God's name is this coffee? But like when I first went to the gun store, they're like, you know what you need? Have a look at my catalogue.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's easier. I didn't realise. I thought that was just in the gun shop.
Oh, every
So
shop,
that's good.
Yeah.
The other thing I like about the guns is, like you say, Dan, the customisation, that you can put like an extra long barrel on your 6-shooter to give it more range and stuff like that. But the engraving as well. You can engrave the guns and make them look fly. I love a bit of that.
Yeah, definitely. I've spent a lot of time on that. You guys know that I love a customization or a
Gotta look
costume.
bling.
Exactly, yeah. So that all goes down well for me. Getting your hair cut and all that is just wicked as well. I went to a saloon, got my hair cut earlier on, and got a little like buzz cut with like the slick back hair. It looks wicked.
I think the hair's a good touch because you can essentially, you can't just pick any hairstyle you want. You have to grow it out, and then you can go and cut it back. You can't go and then you can't go and then suddenly have long hair.
Yeah.
You have to wait, have long hair, and then cut it back. Same with the beard as well.
yeah.
And you can shave certain parts of it as well. I mean, I think overall, like it is a great game. Like it is a little bit slow, but like the gunplay's really good, the storytelling's really good. It's kind of one of those games where you spend a bit of time with it. You can't just jump on for 10 minutes. You're not going to get anything done. But if you go on with a couple of hours, you're going to get really into it and you're going to really enjoy it. And I'm really enjoying it so far. Yeah. I mean, what do you think, Adam?
Yeah, no, nail on the head there. Yeah, I mean, it is very story driven, like you said. But I can't remember the last story game that I enjoyed this much. I'm not big on stories. Usually, if I can skip it, I will. But the way they tell the story in this is so natural, and it's as you're playing the game. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far, and I just can't wait to put more hours in. What about you, Diggs?
Yeah, I agree. Like you say, you can definitely get lost in it, and you can just lose 3, 4, 5 hours and just be like, where did that time go? Just dive deep into the game and just lose all your time in it. Like you say, there's a couple of little like nitpicky things. Like you say, the start's a little bit slow, and I'm not keen on the cores. And like you say, you have to smoke, you have to eat, wear certain clothes and all that. I'm not hugely into that, but it's very nitpicky things that I don't think are going to cause me too much issue. So yeah, overall, I think it's a very, very, very well done game. So the big question is, with games being the prices they are nowadays, is it worth your money, Ad?
Well, 50 quid's a lot of money to me, and I didn't want Spider-Man because of that, but I thought I'd pick Red Dead up. I think after seeing all the reviews, I had to try it, and definitely, I'd spend 50 quid on it again. Given the choice, yeah, I'd go for it. What about you, Dan?
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth the money at this point. I've really enjoyed it so far, and I kind of feel like I've barely got into it. Really, I feel like there's still lots more to do, and lots more of the story to go through. Plus all the hunting and fishing and everything else that you can do in it. I think I'll definitely get a lot of playtime out of it. So for the price, I think it's good. What about you, Diggs?
Yeah, I agree. I've only started to scratch the surface, and I can tell that it's a game I'm definitely going to put a lot of time into. So I think it's worth the money, and like you say, with the online coming as well. I love me an online game, playing with my boys, which will definitely make it worthwhile. And don't worry, I'll lend you Spider-Man.
Legend, thank you.
Thanks for watching, guys. Please let us know what you guys think of Red Dead Redemption 2 in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And like and subscribe. I can't remember if I said that or not. Boom. Red Dead. Cowboy.